In a dense forest far from human eyes, lived a proud pack of wolves. They were led by a strong and wise alpha wolf named Fang. Fang was known for his sharp mind, swift reflexes, and his deep loyalty to his pack. He had a thick coat of silver fur that gleamed in the moonlight, and his eyes were like two glowing embers that could pierce the darkness. The wolves lived in harmony with the forest, hunting only what they needed and respecting the balance of nature. The pack was close-knit, each member relying on the others for survival. There were the young and playful pups, the seasoned hunters, and the caring mothers who nurtured the next generation. Life was good, and they thrived under Fang's leadership. But one day their peaceful existence was threatened. A giant bear, known as Grizzle, had wandered into their territory. Grizzle was a monstrous creature, towering over any wolf in size and strength. He was a loner, feared by all the animals in the forest, for he had no regard for the rules of the wild. He would take what he wanted, crushing anything in his path. Fang heard the news from a scout wolf who had seen Grizzle near the edge of their territory. The alpha wolf knew that this bear was a danger to the pack, especially to the young pups and the weaker members who couldn't defend themselves against such a beast. Fang gathered the pack. His voice was calm but firm as he addressed them. Grizzle has entered our land. He threatens our safety. We must stand together and protect our home. The wolves looked at their leader with trust and determination. They knew Fang would guide them through this peril, just as he had done many times before. But they also knew that this would be no ordinary battle. That night, as the moon rose high in the sky, the wolves prepared for the fight. Fang led them to a narrow valley where they could confront Grizzle. The valley's walls would prevent the bear from using his size to his advantage, and Fang knew that the pack's agility and teamwork were their best weapons. The ground trembled as Grizzle approached. His massive form emerged from the shadows, his eyes gleaming with hunger. He let out a roar that echoed through the valley, shaking the leaves from the trees. Fang stood at the front of the pack, his fur bristling but his stance unwavering. "We are wolves," he howled. "We protect our own. Grizzle may be strong, but together we are stronger." With that, the battle began. The wolves moved as one, darting around Grizzle, nipping at his legs and distracting him from all sides. They were fast and coordinated, always staying out of the bear's deadly reach. Grizzle swung his massive paws, trying to catch the wolves, but they were too quick. Fang watched carefully, waiting for the right moment. He knew that Grizzle's strength would wear down eventually, and when that happened, the pack would have their chance. After what seemed like hours, Grizzle began to slow. His roars turned to grunts, and his swipes became sluggish. Fang saw his opportunity. With a sharp howl, he signaled the pack. The wolves lunged together, focusing on Grizzle's vulnerable spots. Their teeth sank into his thick fur, and their combined strength began to overpower him. Grizzle let out one last roar, but it was filled with pain and defeat. He staggered, trying to shake off the wolves, but it was too late. The pack had won. With one final push, they drove the giant bear out of their territory. Exhausted but victorious, the wolves gathered around Fang. The alpha wolf looked at his pack, pride swelling in his chest. They had fought bravely and had protected their home and family. "Grizzle will not return," Fang said, his voice filled with certainty.